Welcome to AS and A-level chemistry. Our topic for today is periodicity. Periodicity simply means studying the trends that we see as we move across a period. So, so in this topic, as the name suggests, we are going to study periodic trends, which means the things that we see as we move across a period. So there will be physical trends and there will be chemical trends. Now, I want you to sit with the pen and paper today because what we are going to do today is more of memorization than of understanding, because you really need to memorize some colors, some states, some pH values. So you really need to memorize a lot of stuff today rather than understand the logic behind it. And that's why sit with the pen and paper and keep noting the important things that I say. So now let's move forward. Periodic patterns of atomic radii. So as we move across a period, atomic radii decrease. Now, what exactly is atomic radius? Atomic radius is the distance between the nucleus and the outermost shell. As we move across a period, the atomic radius, or in plural radii, they decrease. Why do they decrease? Because the distance between the outermost shell and the nucleus decreases. Why does this distance decrease? Now, if you see, as we move from sodium to argon, in the case of period 3, as we move from sodium to argon, the number of protons in the nucleus increases by 1 each time, right? The number of protons in the nucleus increases by 1 each time. Now, the charge on the nucleus, which is called the nuclear charge, is simply the number of protons in the nucleus, because the other particles in the nucleus are neutrons and they are neutral, they are not charged. So the charge on the nucleus, which is the nuclear charge, is simply the number of protons in the nucleus. So as we go from sodium to argon, the nuclear charge increases. As this nuclear charge increases, the force of attraction between the nucleus and the outermost electrons increases, and hence the force of attraction between the nucleus and the outermost shell increases. So because of this increased force of attraction, the outermost shell of the atom is pulled closer towards the nucleus. And because it is pulled closer towards the nucleus, the atomic radius is smaller. So that's why as we move across a period, atomic radius decreases. Now you should know how this graph looks like. I mean, you will not have to draw, you will not have to remember the values, but you will have to remember the graph, how the graph looks like. So the shape of the graph. So remember the shape of the graph, because sometimes they do ask you to make this graph in the paper. Now, periodic patterns of ionic radii. Okay, periodic patterns of ionic radii. So what is ionic radius? It is simply atomic radius, but for an ion, not an atom, but for an atom, but for an ion. So you can see that from this graph that from sodium to silicon, ionic radius decreases. Now this is again because from sodium to silicon, nuclear charge increases, and as a result, the force of attraction between the nucleus and the outermost electrons increases, and therefore the outermost shell is pulled closer to the nucleus, and therefore ionic radius decreases. However, what you see over here is that from silicon to phosphorus, ionic radius increases. Now, this increase is because if you see, from sodium to silicon, we are losing electrons, right? Because we are forming positive ions. And how many electrons are we losing? We are losing the electrons that are present in the outermost shell. So we can say that we are technically losing the outermost shell when we are forming these ions, because we are losing all the electrons in the outermost shell. So we are actually losing the outermost shell from sodium to silicon. So because we are losing the outermost shell from sodium to silicon, we actually have a smaller radius automatically, because we don't have we have one less shell than before, right? We have one less shell, so we automatically have a smaller radius. However, if you look at phosphorus, sulfur and chlorine, if you look at their ions, they are forming negative ions, right? Phosphorus, sulfur and chlorine are forming negative ions, which means they are gaining electrons. So they are not losing a shell. They already have the outermost shell, which was initially there, which is getting more electrons now. So they are not losing a shell. However, from sodium to silicon, we are actually losing the outermost shell when we are forming ions. So that's why phosphorus, sulfur, and chlorine, their ions have